to your own channel Bal Vigyan Bharti with your mentor Abhilash Sarkar. As you know that we are progressing on a new chapter, and that is quadratic equation. Some of this I have already discussed when I was discussing the equation, but there is a fresh start for the quadratic equation specifically. So please concentrate on that. There may be a few things that is new to you, and furthermore, whatever applications or the problems I will solve, that would also be the new one. So before starting the class, as I have ended there solving quadratic equation with different method, three of that I have already discussed. Furthermore, I will discuss two more. But prior to that, one concept I discussed, and after that, I thought that people or the student may be confused on that. So I have to bring some clarity on that so that it won't be a problem for you. As I said, any expression, let's say ax, I am taking the example of the linear one. B, it could be, it would be a equation only when for some value of x we will conclude to it to 0. That means for any value of x, that means here if I put the x value is b minus b by a, and I put it here a into minus b by a plus b, that is only the thing which will make this equation to 0. Then I can say that ax plus b plus is equal to 0 a equation. But people may say that why not, if I put x is equal to 1, then I am getting x plus a plus b. That means this could be also a representation of a equation. This could be an equation, okay. But what I mean to say, this expression can be good for any value of x. That means as you are putting x is equal to 1, if you put x is equal to 2, you will get a different value 2a plus b. And if you put further any value of x, there will be a different value altogether. But if I say this is the only condition for which I will get a single solution of x, that is x is equal to minus b by a, then this expression can be said to be an equation is equal to 0, because for any equation I will get a definite solution, not that the indefinite solution. So this is the only condition where, as because I said number of order, number of solution. The number of order is 1, I will get a specific solution only x. Okay. If now order is 2, I will get definitely 2 solution maximum. And if it is 3, then further. So number order, number of solutions. So this only the case where I can say this is an equation. To say it be equation, I have to simplify 8 is equal to 0. So this will be an equation. Okay. So that means further if we say x minus 1 is equal to 0, which will be good for x is equal to 1. So that will turn this is an equation. And here a not equal to 0, because this is a coefficient. Otherwise there is no existence of that. So for specific value there are different equation I will get. So as a whole in generic, if we put this in equation, simply I will put this expression equal to 0. So whatever value I will get, so that is the unique solution for that expression if turns into equation. Understood? Okay. So don't be confused. For an equation, you will get always a definite solution, not indefinite solution. Okay. So this is the thing that I thought people could have confused. So that's why I brought it to you. Now, the fourth, you can say the fourth type or the fourth kind of quadratic equation solution. So that is I have solved by factorization. I solved computing square epsilon directly from the formula of roots epsilon. Now by squaring repeatedly, squaring repetitively. So what is the case? So now I have to take some example where you will find. Now if say there is an equation of this kind where apparently you can say the highest order is x to the power half, that means this, but still you cannot conclude that this is what order of equation, because if I simplify it, so if I add it, so this will be square plus 1 upon this is equal to 1. So for an equation to be equation exactly where your the least power of x I said to be 0. Okay, so equation has to be said to be an equation where your x variable, if I say variable highest power will be 0. That means if this I am writing as a generic equation here, this is x to the power 0. C into x to the power 0 is always 1. So the lowest power has to be x to the power 0, not less than that. Okay, or not a fraction even, not minus, it cannot be minus, not the fraction even. So till I get the fraction one, I have to convert it into a natural number or a complete number, not a fraction. So I will get x plus a minus by root 2 is equal to 1. So x plus 1, still this contains root x, that means a fraction of. So still I cannot conclude what order of equation this is. So unless, so what I will do in the next step, I will score it up. Now if I break it, 2x plus 1 is equal to x. Now you see there is no fraction coefficient is there, or no negative is there. So x can be brought at this side. So ultimately this would be the equation I can conclude here. Now x highest power is 2, so this is a quadratic equation. So this is another method. So but thing is that you have to be clever enough to separate the fractional order to the natural number order, or whatever you say, or you can say whole number whole number orders. So you have to separate this part to the search speed part. So this is the trick, means expertise that you have to build by solving so many problems. So this is the method, the fourth method. And the fifth method, that is taking square. This is a specific one. This is specific one. This is not always be the same. This is a one way same, where I am just converting the equation into a square form. Probably the second one that I saw to put this. So this case this case you will find the same in the final stage, taking square root. Okay, so now if some equation is there, x square minus a square is equal to 0. So in this case, this is variable, this is constant. So if I put it like that, now doing square root, okay, I have to do square root of this side. So variable square root, as I said, that as per rule, wherever you take square root, I have to take plus minus. But thing is that I will not put plus minus here, because this variable value is being being established by the value of that constant. So I will take plus minus here when I will solve it. Okay. So I will not take both the side plus minus, because that will not help much, because even I take plus minus both side, plus x, if I equal to, if I make plus a, or other case if I take plus x minus a. Okay, this is one set of value. Other set what could be possible, minus x with plus a, that will give you the same. There is no variation. And the second one minus a, that will turn the first one. So these sets are same as this set. So taking plus minus here will not change the result. I will get two set of value where x could be plus a or minus a. Okay, so this is one kind of taking square root. Okay, why I am saying this is the similar to the first one, because in the first one, if you remember, I put something in the form whole square and something, let's say this is discriminant. Okay, the total part I have taken is discriminant. So you can put this discriminant in the form this. So you see, this is in the same form, x square is equal to a square, means a square in this form. So that this fifth part is not discussed so many cases, so many lessons. It is not taking or a lesson or looked like a separate case. It is the same case as I discussed when I discussed the squaring of the equation. Okay. Now, the topic that will come right now. Let's say I am calculating the roots when equation is being given. If it is reversed, that means if we know the roots, then how to find equation. So that means this is the just reverse to the earlier one, where I know the equation, I am finding roots. Here I know the roots, I am finding the equation. So let's say, let alpha and beta are two roots. Okay, are two roots or zero, whatever you say. So now how will you find that? So as you have seen already, in case of equation, ultimate goal, I am putting this in the form of x minus a into x minus b is equal to 0. If I means I am talking about the quadratic equation. Two roots means quadratic equation. If I can represent this in this form, then only I can say the both are 0 or any of this 0. From there I can calculate, I can establish the roots, value of the roots. If this is what is in this case, what are the values of roots? X is minus a is equal to 0, that means x is equal to a, and here x minus b is equal to 0, that means x is equal to b. That means a and b, whatever in this part are the value of the roots. Okay, now we have assumed alpha and beta are the roots. So that means I can say x minus alpha and x minus beta are the two factors of the equation that has to be established, isn't it? If this is the case where I am finding the roots, so from where I have brought it here are the equations which is having these two roots. Okay. Now similarly, as I know that alpha and beta are the roots, I can say that x minus alpha and x minus beta are the factors of this equation. Now let me take one example so that you can understand it better. Earlier, in the last class, I have taken this example. Okay, equal to 0. Now while I am transferring it, I have got this as factor. Okay, so now see, x is equal to minus 3 and x is equal to minus 2 are the two roots of this equation, and this, if I bring it this side, it will give you the factors of this. Okay, so now in a similar fashion, if I say alpha and beta, here instead of alpha this is minus 3 minus 2, alpha beta are the roots, so x minus alpha and x minus beta are the factors. Okay, why I am saying factors? Because this will perfectly divide this and this will also perfectly divide this, that's why it is factors. And from their factors individually, if I make 0, I will get the value of the roots. Value of the roots means for which value of the variable this expression becomes 0. So understand? So this way, here also I am thinking that alpha and beta are those values of x for which the equation I will find will become 0. So assuming that equal to 0, I will get the equation. So now if I multiply, I will get something like that. You can calculate yourself, it is very easy. So whenever there is a known roots, you will get the equation in this form. So it's very easy. If I say that there are two roots, minus 2 minus 3, what you have to do, you put the value of alpha and beta along with the signature, along with the sign, don't confuse. So you have to put x square minus alpha is equal to minus 2, beta is equal to minus 3 and x, and alpha is equal to minus 2 and minus 3 is equal to 0. Now ultimately x square minus 5 minus then plus 5x plus minus 2 minus 3 minus 6 plus 6, so 6 is equal to, now see, this is the same equation where I will get this, so definitely this is true. So that means you need not to be worry, whatever value you will have for the when it's given in the problem, you have to put it directly in the equation along with the sign given. Okay. Before going to the problem solving session, few more things, because why this mathematics is very much necessary, this quadratic equation, because that is also help you solving several things, as I said in the first class, that will help you solving some mensuration problem, some physics problem, and like that. So let me take you some application where this is very much useful. Okay. Now let's say one problem is given, just for instance I am taking that a rectangle is the sides of a rectangle, rather I would say, the sides of a rectangle are in the ratio of 2:1. Okay, so that means longer side is 2, shorter side is 1, that way it is 2:1, and their area and its area, not there, its area is equal to 20 centimeters square. Find the length of the sides, so this is the question. Now in this case, whatever equation I will establish, I will get a quadratic equation. How? The area of a rectangle is what is equal to length into breadth. First thing is that how length is to and breadth is related 2:1. Now from there, length by breadth is equal to 2/1. So that means I can say length is equal to 2 of breadth. So now if I put it here, length and breadth, if it is related, so that is equal to length is equal to 2b into b. So that means I am getting something 2b square. Now see, it is order of 2, and here area is given 20. Now 2b square is equal to 20 is definitely an equation. Why? Because this can be solved with some specific value of b, and I will get only two value of b possible. How? Now if I reduce it is equal to minus 10 is equal to 0, so b is equal to plus minus root 10. Now if it is plus and minus, this case it is plus minus will taken, but any length, practical length cannot be negative, so I can discard minus, so only thing I will get root 10. So b is equal to 10, I will get L also, so L is equal to what? 2 into b, so that means 2 root 10. So now see, this is one example where that quadratic equation being used to solve the this problem. Okay, and another example, as already I have taught you in case of the speed and distance, the vector kinematics basically. There one equation was there, the distance traverse is equal to what? Ut plus half into at square. Okay, so what is this? This is distance. Okay, this is initial velocity, this is time, and this is acceleration. So for any uniform acceleration, this is constant, this is constant, you can say. So t is a variable, s is variable. So more the time, more will be the distance. So now see, this is a special equation, but although this is a quadratic equation, that means you can say a by 2 t square plus ut minus s is equal to 0, and t square plus 2u by a t minus 2s by a is equal to 0. Now see, this is constant, this is t, so this is in the form of x square plus bx plus c, you can say. So this is in the form of this, so this is a quadratic equation. Okay, so this is another example of such example. There may be so many examples I can fetch, but for understanding I have shown you these two examples. I will move on to the problem solving session in the next video. Probably, I don't know, I'm not too sure, I may miss some few classes as I am just transferring to this place to other place, and during this movement I may not able to take means do such videos, because I will not be stable, because there are so many works to arrange my materials, households and all that. So pardon me, but don't forget to see my videos again and again. That will definitely help you in your academic life. Thank you very much. Good night.